That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about things on this podcast. Because if I wasn't talking about them, then what would I be talking about? It's kind of, I don't know, there's like a circular reasoning going on there, but that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about on this podcast, when I'm talking about things, is what I'm talking about. Does that make sense? But doesn't maybe you need to get your head checked? You need to see a shrink? Or maybe a therapist? Are they the same thing? Either way, I'm just joking around. Just yanking your pickle, if you know what I mean. If you have a pickle, maybe you don't have a pickle for me to yank on. I think if you yank a pickle too much, something might happen. Something unexpected, maybe. I don't know, I don't really yank on pickles that much. Pickles would be hard to yank in the first place because they're not really attached to anything. They're just kind of cucumbers, right? I mean, you could make pickles out of different vegetables too, or maybe even fruits, but a lot of times when you say pickle, people are thinking about a cucumber, right? A pickled cucumber. I guess you could yank one, but I don't know. It's not attached to anything, so I don't know. It would look kind of like a wanking motion if you kept yanking it, right? Like you'd just be moving it around. I wanted to talk about meditation today. It's pretty popular. It seems like people really like meditating these days. I think there's probably some like Buddhist influence going on. But if you look into like the most successful entrepreneurs and CEOs and people like that, they're all really into meditation, you know. I think Steve Jobs was a big proponent of meditation, and I think Elon Musk really likes to meditate. So these guys, when they meditate, they manifest their reality by just thinking like, I'm going to make a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They just bring it into existence by thinking about it really hard. They meditate at night for at least 3 hours and just focus really, really hard on manifesting riches and success and beautiful women and vacations in tropical regions, you know? And that's the secret to their success. You could become like the next Steve Jobs or Elon Musk if you just meditate enough. That's the one thing that holds most of us back from that level of success, is just not meditating and just being lazy about it, you know? I've been trying to do it. I'm not up to 3 hours yet. I'm probably meditating like 5 minutes a night. Or at least I was for a while, but lately I haven't been meditating at all. Kind of want to bring that back into my schedule, or my, I don't know, what would you call that? Your regimen? A daily regimen? Because there's just untold riches to be tapped if you do that. I think if you meditate enough, you could actually change the fabric of the universe. Like you can bend space and time. You can make it warp to your liking, you know? That's what like really powerful people do. Their powers of concentration become so great that they can just bend space and time around them and make it conform to the shape they have in mind. Pretty insane if you really think about it. Have you ever thought about boxer briefs? Are they really a combination of boxers and briefs? Or are they something kind of different that was inspired by boxers and briefs? Because I think if you took an actual pair of boxers and an actual pair of briefs, and you tried to combine them, it wouldn't really turn into a pair of boxer briefs. Because the material for boxer briefs is more like briefs, but the shape is more similar to boxers. Or actually, the shape is kind of a mix of the two. But you don't really see boxer briefs that are like in boxers material, but with the shape of the two combined. How come they don't make boxer briefs that have the same material as boxers, but then have the shape of boxer briefs? It seems like all boxer briefs are like that sort of elastic, I don't know, what is it, like spandex type material that briefs are made of? Maybe they could make ones where like the middle crotch and butt part is like briefs, and then the lower leg part is like boxers. So it's like kind of tight in your crotch and then loose at your legs. Or they could make them like the opposite, where it's like boxers in the crotch and butt area and then like briefs in the leg part. So it's nice and loose and baggy around your crotch and butt, but then the leg part is like spandex kind of and stays in place better. So if you really, look into it and investigate it, boxer briefs are not actually boxer briefs. They're a little more... I think they're taking liberties actually when they say that they're boxer briefs. They're more like boxer-shaped briefs. It's marketing when they say they're boxer briefs, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm getting a pair of hybrid boxers and briefs, but that's not really what they are. I've done, a lot of research and thinking about this, and that's the conclusion that I've come to. It's kind of a lie, but a lot of things are marketed this way. They exaggerate or, embellish, maybe, even lie a little bit. I guess they can get away with it though. I don't think there are any regulators out there saying you advertised this falsely and you tricked your consumers, so I guess the government's okay with it. But, the government's okay with all kinds of things, like abducting people who know too much and making them disappear, torturing people, brainwashing people, using mind control on people, hiding evidence of, Bigfoot or UFOs, making us go to war all the time for no reason, tricking us about the reasons for that. Every time we go to war, basically, we're just fighting some rich man's war, and they tricked us with propaganda about the reasons for going to that war. So, that's what the government and the CIA does. So, I don't know. It doesn't surprise me that they're looking the other way about the way boxer briefs are advertised, Just seems to be, what do you call it? More grist for the kettle or whatever, Have you ever thought of the term lovebirds? I know a lot of times birds, they mate for a lifetime, right? I don't know if every bird does this. Some birds do. And once they find their mate, they're just stuck together forever. They're lovebirds, right? But do birds really fall in love with each other, I wonder? Like, the way humans think of love, like it's a romantic thing? Or is it more like a practical thing for them? Like, I gotta find a partner and we're gonna reproduce and we're gonna take turns sitting on the eggs and feeding the chicks. And we could, watch out for each other too, got each other's backs. But I wonder if birds really fall in love with each other the way humans do. Is it the same thing? It's kind of weird to project human love onto animals, right? I think that's like a form of emotional bestiality if you really think about it. And I don't think we should do that. I don't think we should call them lovebirds. I think we should just call them partner birds or bird spouses. And I don't know, maybe that's kind of anthropomorphizing them as well. I think they're just sort of partners, basically. That's the best term for it. Which is not to say they don't care for each other. Maybe they do, right? I don't know what's going through a bird's head. I don't know what it's feeling, you know. So I'm not going to project my thoughts and feelings onto it because I don't know. I can just kind of observe what they're doing and, you know, just sort of give it a rational label. That's what makes the most sense. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.